everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Davide Pannozzo. I'm a blues artist. I have 5 albums under my name and also several international collaborations in the world of music. And I am also the founder of GUITARlab, a modern blues guitar academy online. And today we're going to dive into the heart of blues music, and I'll be discussing 2 types of blues rhythms, okay? And this is a series that I do every Monday, Wednesday and Friday live on my YouTube channel, 10:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Rome time. It's a blues, it's called Blues Guitar Essential. It's a free series open to everybody, and we're gonna talk about rhythm, soloing, theory, chords, scales, everything. I think it could be interesting and important for you guys to level up your playing, your overall playing, and get better at this beautiful instrument and blues genre, blues and beyond. Let's say that, okay? So once again, we already did 6 classes so far, so this is going to be the 7th. So if you haven't done it already, you can also watch the previous ones, okay? I'm gonna post a link here, and we have discussed about a lot of stuff so far. So fundamental, we discussed about scales, blues chord progressions, finger style, slide, and I'm really grateful about the love that I'm getting from you guys, because you're really digging into the free chords. And the most important thing, feel free to share this link, this playlist with all the classes with your friends, okay? So this is going to be important to help people out to get better at this instrument, okay? But also, if you want to check your level on the guitar, I prepared a quiz that you can do. It's totally free, and also it's totally it's very quick and funny, so you can check this out on the description below, okay? You can do that later. But okay, so let's dive into today's class, okay? So as I said before, we're gonna talk about blues rhythms, okay? And in today's class we're gonna talk about shuffles and slow blues. But first of all, what is a blues rhythm? So blues rhythm is basically our fundamental patterns, let's say that give blues its characteristic swing and groove, right? And these rhythms are essential to give to setting the mood and the style of a blues piece, okay? So probably the most famous one in the blues genre is the shuffle, okay? So the shuffle is a swung rhythm that plays a key role in blues music, and it's based on a triple feel. And what I mean by that is that when to think about shuffle, to play shuffle, you need to think about triplet. So what is triplet? So if you count like this, you're gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Very easy, okay? Just quarter, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? And that is just the tempo, right? So the speed of your rhythm. But if you think about triplets is gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, so shuffle at that point, it's based on a triplet where the first 2 notes are tied together. So instead of playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna be playing 1, 3, 1, 3. So the first 2 are tied together. So 1, 3, 1, 3. You have to think about like that. So 1, 1, 1, 3, right? And when you play that on the guitar, so you don't have actually play 3 notes, but you constantly have to think about triplets to get that right feel. So instead of playing, which wouldn't make any sense, you're gonna be playing like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? Okay, so that is defined shuffle feel. Okay, so it's not straight, it's not 1 2 3 4 or 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. It could be something like this. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. Let's play with a metronome. Okay, so as I told you guys already, metronome is your best friend. Okay, so for practicing, but also to understanding, for understanding stuff, music stuff, it's really important. So let's say that we're playing on a 60. Okay, so if I'm gonna play something straight, it's gonna be like this. So it's a 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and you can always try to imagine a drum groove, right? So it's like cha cha. Okay, so that is going to be a 4/4. So like this, cha cha. Okay, so I'm gonna be playing like this. Right? So if I need to play with a shuffle feel, it's totally different story, because I'm not playing thinking about 2 notes per beat, but I'm thinking about triplets once again. So it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3. But as I said before, I'm not gonna be playing 3 notes, just 2. So instead of 1 2 3 1 2 3, I'll play ta 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 ta. So you start with the beat, and then you think about 3 notes, but the first 2 are tied together. So ta 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 ta, instead of ta 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 ta. Okay, so it's a slight different, but it's there, and that opens up a whole different story in your playing, because I'm going to show you guys later that this concept has to be deepened, because it's not just important for rhythm, it's really important also for soloing. Okay, so don't think about that soloing and comping are 2 different, totally different parts. They have to run together in order to make sense, right? So let's think about rhythm for now, okay? And let me know if that is clear, guys, and write a comment below if you have any questions. But I'm going to show you once again the difference between the 4/4 and the shuffle feel, right? So the straight feel and the shuffle feel. So right? So this is straight, 1 2 1 2. Okay, so I can always do that with a chord. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, right? Instead, when I have to be playing with a shuffle, I'm gonna be doing like this, and I hope you can feel the difference. It's totally different, right? So with a chord, would be like this. Okay, so this is really important, guys, because it's not true that when we are playing on a straight groove, we cannot play triplets or shuffle feel with a shuffle feel. Okay, we should actually try to switch back and forth to create some kind of movement. Okay, even in the soloing. So let me show you this. So this is, I think this is it's interesting. So so let's play with a straight groove like this. 1 2 1 2 1 2, right? So if I need to play like that, if I need to soloing, we are on A, right? So let's think about A minor pentatonic, right? So, right? And the drums we play like this. Toom, cha, toom, cha, toom, right? So I'll play like this. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I am aware of the shuffle and the triplets, I can do something like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Or thinking about the tied triplets: ta, 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 ta. Okay, let's hear that. So I can switch back and forth between 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then triplets fill. So in that way, I'm creating an interesting movement, rhythmic movement in my soloing. Okay, so and that's the reason why, once again, metronome is your best friend, because it tells you always the truth, and also it helps you to think about thinking about in a different way. Let's say that, right? So it's not true that if you're playing on 4/4, you need to stick with that, and if you're playing on 12/8, you need to stick with that. You can always switch back and forth, right? So having said that, so let's play the whole blues progression. We're gonna dive into the blues progression in another class, but just to give you the idea of the sound, right? So if we're playing on an E blues, we're gonna be playing like E and then A and then B, right? So like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then 4 chord. Right? So that is a slow shuffle, let's say that, right? But once we know how to play on at 60, we can always speed up. Let's say, like, let's try with 70, and it's the same thing, right? So okay, so once we're still in the same area, speaking of tempo, it's really important to start placing the right accent on the second and the fourth beat. Okay, I always stress this topic because it's really important to get the right pronunciation on the genre. So we're discussed about the triple fill, right? So we said 1 2 3 1 2, right? So it's but still, even when you're thinking about triplets, you still have the original count that I showed you at the very beginning of the class. So it's like 1 2 3 4, right? And if you think about the drums, you always have something like doom, cha, doom, 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 cha, right? And when you have the snare drum, then you're gonna be having 2 and 4. When you hear the bass drum, it's gonna be 1 and 3. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So even if you have a shuffle feel and you have to think about triplets, you still have to put some accent on the second and the fourth beat. So it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then, right? And that means that when you are playing the shuffle, you're not playing the first and the third with a stronger accent. You want to place that accent on the second and the fourth beat, like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You're not playing like this. 2. So 1 3 1. No, it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so on and so forth. This is really important, guys. So this can be applied on everything. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 2 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and okay. So let's speed up again. So we're still on a lower tempo area. So let's do something like 90 now. 1 2 and 3 and 4. So it's going to be a medium. So like this. 1 and 2. You can feel the accent. 2 3 4 1. And obviously, as you speed up, it's gonna be less obvious to keep the second and the fourth beat, but that is really important. So it's really easy to lose it, but it has to be like this. You can always play the dominant chord that we studied in the previous class, right? Okay, so let's speed up to 120. So one, two, three, four. Okay, so as you can see, as you speed up, you really need to keep up with right accents on the second and the fourth beat. Okay, otherwise you're gonna lose the groove, you're gonna lose the feel, which is really important with this genre and beyond. Okay, so it's really important. So be sure to practice at a lower tempo. So I always start at 60 for that reason. So in that way you're gonna be aware of everything, and then you can speed up and reach 120. Okay, which is pretty much the maximum tempo that you want to reach on the shuffle. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning of the class, let's talk about slow blues now. Okay, so slow blues is played at a slower tempo. So that's the only difference, because still usually we play slow blues in 12/8, so it's still based on triplets feel. So it's still 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, but on the emotional side, you can put more emotion in that, and also you can have more room between chords, so you can definitely use more of those fingerings and voicings that I showed you in the previous classes, right? So when we talked about basic blues chord progressions. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, so we're gonna start, as I said before, 60 is a good starting number. You can do lower than that, of course. Yeah, we can do also 50. Let's do 50. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Still 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 Okay, so that could be a slow blues, and of course, now I was playing at 50, which is pretty hard to keep. So you need to keep used to it, and practice a little bit on that. But you can definitely use all the fingerings. But once again, if you haven't done it already, you can check the full class about that. But we discussed about a couple of dominant voicings that you can use there, right? So of course, when you're playing a shuffle feel, it's really hard to put too much stuff, right? Because you don't have much room between chords. But in this case, you can always like playing like this. The same thing on the 4 chord. And we're gonna talk about blues progression in a separate class. But for now, if you want to dive into those stuff, definitely you can check the previous class when I showed you guys basic blues chord progressions and try to put everything together, thinking about the blues shuffles feel and also the slow blues. Okay, so just to have a quick recap, so today we discussed about blues rhythms and we discussed about shuffle and also slow blues. Okay, so we said that both are based on triplets. So when you think about triplets, you have to count like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the first, on the second, and the fourth beat. You need to think about placing a stronger accent. So it's like you're playing the drums, and on the second and the fourth beat, you have the snare drums, right? So that could be also a way to remember and recognize the second and the fourth beat. So even if you're listening to music, just when you hear the snare, 90% of the time is the second and the fourth, right? So having said that, when you think about like this, you always have to count triplets like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we said that even if it's a triplet, you have to tie it up together the first two notes. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And that is the shuffle feel. And if you do that at a fast tempo, it's called shuffle. But basically, both are based on triplets. So if you play that on a slower tempo, it's called slow blues. If you play the same thing on the faster tempo, it's called shuffle. Okay, so, but once again, you need to get used to play with triplet feel. Okay, so once again, place your metronome starting from 60 or even lower than that before we play at 50, and then think about 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, right? And then you start playing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so on and so forth. And also we said also this is really useful when you're soloing. Okay, so just play the metronome and play thinking about 2, 4, or triplets and sextuplets. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or like. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. So that's it for today, guys. So let me know if everything is clear. And once again, if you haven't done it already, you can also take a look at my Modern Blues Guitar Academy, GUITARlab Modern Blues Guitar Academy. And once again, I prepared the quiz for you guys. So if you want to discover your level on the guitar, check the link in the description below and do the quiz. It's funny, it's really quick, and also totally free. And I send you guys some free classes tailored on your actual level. Okay, so it's gonna be fun. But once again, thank you for watching this new episode of Blues Guitar Essentials, my free class live on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 p.m. Rome time. So I see you guys on Wednesday. But if you have any questions, just write a comments below and I'll be happy to help, okay? Okay, and in the meantime, just remember, practice, practice, practice. That's the only road to get better in this beautiful instrument, okay? I see you guys on Wednesday. Have a nice day.